right, we're going to go through some weather here now. Very important day, of course, with 33 degrees the temperature now. I was talking to our chief photographer, videographer, Brent McDonald, who was with Meg Doyle. He tells me downtown where they're at is showing 35 degrees. Now, he also told me that some of this precipitation that was on radar is actually making it to the ground in the form of some sleet and some rain. North-northeast wind at 12 at this hour. Ice storm warning today for most of the area. Wintry mix today and tonight. And temperatures, even though they're above freezing in some places right now, they'll be falling as the precipitation begins and continues. Mainly rain on Sunday, though, as we will get into some warmer air by then. So here's the radar, and all of this is indicating snow, but in some mix. Now, I will say that it seems like around here that we're in the mix. And that means that if we're looking at the radar here, you'll see a little different coloring here right around Chattanooga in the pink, and that will indicate that not only do we have perhaps a little bit of snow, but also mixed in with that freezing rain, and also some sleet. So that is coming in early, and we'll just have to continue to monitor that. Temperatures are very cold to the west, especially where it has been snowing, like Jackson and Memphis are in the teens, 15 degrees. Now we're 33. Crossville here, you'll see in a second here, is 20 degrees. So our higher elevations are likely to have problems first because temperatures are already well below freezing there. And then temperatures even along the plateau are in the 20s. So any precipitation is going to be an agent for some freezing conditions on elevated surfaces and even on the roads and as this continues. Wind chills, by the way, just in case, and one of the things we're going to be talking about is very cold air. Not so much today, although it is very cold. Wind chill 24 here in Chattanooga, but then we get farther into the period of the forecast period like Monday, and it's very cold weather, and black ice could be the problem then. 27 degrees. Now this is at 8:30 a.m. The indication is that we will see temperatures fall as precipitation, and this, in this case, could be snow, rain, freezing rain, not so much rain anymore because the temperature would be below freezing. We do get some rise in temperature early afternoon, and then we're mostly in the mixed precipitation as temperatures tonight start to rise a little bit. And by the time we get to almost midnight, we're going to reach our high temperature for the day probably. And then it falls, but not below freezing. And this is tomorrow morning. Temperatures are mostly above freezing, even in the higher elevations. And so that's why we're keeping it as rain for most of the day tomorrow. So very important to keep that in mind. Now, as far as ice accumulations, we are looking at numbers that are just high enough to cause some trouble, especially on power lines, trees, elevated surfaces. If you walk out on your deck later today, you're going to have to be careful. But about 1/10 of an inch of ice here in Chattanooga, but in the higher elevations, approaching 1/2 an inch in some cases, and some isolated areas with a couple 1/10 of an inch of ice accumulation. As far as snow accumulations, it's not impossible. We could see some snow, especially this morning, and if you got a 1/2 inch, it would probably be in the higher elevations in most of these cases. Although along the plateau, a couple inches of snow, I still think are possible. So I'm not taking that completely off the minds of the forecast. 35, probably the high late tonight. As that wintry mix continues, the mix to rain Sunday, and then partly cloudy but just cold. And again, we could have some heavy rain Sunday, and so it goes down to 16. We could have some icing conditions on Monday as well with the black ice. And then not much warmer over the next 7 days. Fallon, back to you.